Hey guys, Pastor Cody here. Hope you guys have had a great week so far. It is Thursday, meaning we are inching closer to the end of the week. So hope you have had a wonderful week this week. As we look ahead to this weekend, this Sunday, we'll continue our series through Paul's letter to the Colossians as we reach the end of the chapter and begin chapter 2 with a sermon that focuses on Paul's ministry with a title, A Ministry That Magnifies Christ. When we think about ministry, it's easy to focus on several different things. We might be thinking about different programs we've implemented and begun. Maybe we think about the personalities of those who lead those programs and who or those are shaped around, or even just the success of those ministries and programs. But Paul reminds us that true ministry has one purpose above all else. It is to make much of Christ and to make his name known, to glorify him. Now, in this passage this Sunday, as we look at the end of 1 and the beginning of 2, we'll discover there's two marks of a Christ-centered ministry. First is that we proclaim Christ faithfully. The greatest gift we have to offer the world isn't our opinions. It isn't our ideas. It isn't anything that comes from our imagination. It is simply the message of Christ and Christ crucified and Christ risen, who transforms lives. We must be faithful to proclaim Christ. The second thing is we'll see that we must protect Christ's church. Paul had a deep burden for all churches, but as he writes to the Colossians, he had a deep burden for these people that he hadn't yet to meet. And he has a burden for them that they not be susceptible to false teachings and the error in doctrine and theology. He worried about them, and he knew that whenever Christ was faithfully proclaimed, that Satan would be right behind him, and false teaching would soon follow to derail the momentum that was set. Whether you're in a formal ministry role or you seek to live just simply for Christ each and every day, this passage reminds us that believers have been entrusted with teaching and entrusted with a mission is to simply make Jesus known. To make Jesus known. We can talk about all these things about in life, but if we can narrow it down to a few simple things, is as Christians we live a life that points others to him, that points others to Christ, that points others to the truth. So I hope you'll join me this Sunday, and I hope you'll join us this Sunday as we worship, to study God's word, and we fix our eyes upon the one who is above all else, which is what our sermon series title is. This is Christ above all. Hope you guys have a great finish to your week. I'll see you Sunday morning.